What's cracking, XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. And in today's video, we're taking a look at not Pokemon, but Mega Men indeed. We're going to be looking at the newly buffed Ceruledge in the Ultra League here with some gameplay sent into the channel by The Average Player. Thank you, trainer, for sending in your battles. If you'd like to send in games, trainers, there is a Google form in the pinned comment description you can send in the games with by filling that out. I'd love to see them. I like doing shoutcasts. Not only are we going to have the Ceruledge, we're also going to have Heatman, Armarouge in the back here with Incinerate, Flame Charge, and Psyshock in its moveset. Ceruledge has that Shadow Ball, Flame Charge combination to really amp up its damage and get some closing power going. So I love we're using Armarouge on the safe swap. And in the lead, another Pokemon that is a massive beneficiary of this season's rework and rebalancing patch. The Dragontail Dragonclaw is exactly what Guzzlord needed to be able to thrive even more than it already was. Let's get some games going here in this Ultra League meta with Guzzlord on the lead versus the Skeledirge in the first game. It's a good lead for us here. They look like they're on Hex. I was not expecting that. Going to be going for 4 Dragontails before trying to fire off a Brutal Swing and a no-shield this. And probably going to go for that Disarming Voice. Okay. That is not what I was expecting in this first game here. The opponent running some spice on the moveset. Going to be going for the Brutal Swing here. Getting to do some good amount of damage here. The opponent now going to be going for their Hexes, trying to get to another Disarming Voice, likely to pick up that knockout. The opponent wants to shield for it as well. And an immediate switch, but it's a simultaneous switch. And we're going in to the Armarouge safe switch. Safe switch. Oh, man, I thought I could get through it. What's one game without my lips flapping, man? Come on. All right, Armarouge is going to be putting up the shield, and the Clanging Scales is reached. This Incinerate is going to do a lot. The opponent not able to get to another charge move. Armarouge, a lot of energy, and a shield parry. The opponent's going to come in with their Skeledirge. That could be a Blast Burn! All right. I don't have any reservations about the moveset. It clapped us, and that's how it happens. But if you are not sure what moves, or if the meta has not developed in a way that needs you to run your Skeledirge with that is spice, dude. I love it. No, the Disarming Voice got taken out in favor of Torch Song at the Calm Day, and typically you want to run Shadow Ball with it because Blast Burn, while it is nice fire type damage, that's what the Incinerates. However, if you're, I think, however, if you're running a Hex Skeledirge, that is a sick move set, right? Like, that makes sense to me because we have this, we have the Disarming. I'm talking about the Skeledirge forever, dude, but I really do think it's a fascinating move set for Hex Skeledirge now that I think about it. Because having that Disarming Voice for the dark types that'll come in against your ghost typing and just having that energy to hit them back, and then you just have Blast Burn because you don't otherwise have the fire damage. Anyway, I think it's neat, okay? Good game. Well played. Next one we go. All right. Get into the next battle here. We're going to have our Guzzlord up against the Giratina. If this person's on Shadow Claw, we're in a good spot. They are indeed on Shadow Claw. We have super effective damage all over the place. The opponent going to bring in a Melmetal, and we're going to go ahead and fire off this Brutal Swing to try and do some chip damage before likely bringing in one of the other two in the back. Now we're going to be staying in for a bit here, trying to catch a superpower. Perhaps the opponent sees the Armarouge and immediately knows they have absolutely no play, and they send him out of here, trainer. Okay. All right, getting to the next battle here. We got Guzzlord on the lead versus Cobalion. No, get me out of here, and a safe switch. No, not quite. The opponent going to be going in, looking to catch the move, but we didn't. They're going to catch a Stone Edge. No! Oh, we wanted to catch the Sacred Sword. Close combat! All right, these are like, I think they're rank 11, rank 12 games, so as you've all seen in this early season, you will see literally anything and everything. Here we are. We're having fun, man. Charm Togekiss behind a Cobalion. That's what here. Dude, you clicked on the Ceruledge video, not for a meta team. You wanted fun games, didn't you? That's what I was here for. Let's go ahead and let's just see what happens, dude. If they have Dazzling Gleam, or do they have Ancient Power? The opponent has the Dazzling Gleam. They're completely walled off in this matchup. We're going to be seeing the Armarouge go for the Psyshock. It's a little bit cheaper than the Flame Charge, and probably the Giratina comes back in, and no, they have a Dragonite in the back behind the oh, man. You know what? That makes sense. The Cobalion and Dragonite core is interesting, and trainer doesn't have an elite TM for a Cobalion they got in a trade, and so they're going to be running close combat to take people off guard like that Guzzlord would have, because I don't think I would have shielded a Sacred Sword if I had stayed in there. Going to go in with the Guzzlord. Opponent also on Dragontail, one move away, but Ceruledge now gets to come in and a shield up at that dude. If they have Stone Edge, then so be it. Maybe they have Sacred Sword close combat. Okay, that's okay. The opponent not going to be able to put up any more damage against this Ceruledge with its ghost typing. It's going to be a good game. Well played. All right, next game up here, we're going to have Guzzlord We just shrug it off, man. Lucario in the lead in the next game. Oh, Lord. That is not a good lead, but we're going to swap right into the Armarouge here. The opponent going to be bringing in that Armored Mewtwo, and that's a meta pick. That it is, absolutely. But the thing here is that unless the opponent has Rock Slide on their Armored Mewtwo, which is very uncommon, the opponent would have their energy walled here. And Armarouge has a pretty fair amount of bulk here in this Ultra League, being that it is literally made of a armor. Oh my God, of course. I said I'm never going to see one with Rock Slide, and there it is, man. It's just literally like a montage of like all of the different moves. Oh my goodness, that damage? This feels like a montage of like all the different times where we're just not expecting a move set. And it's not even like a maybe move set. It's just completely different than what you would expect. The opponent uncharmed Togekiss here, and I guess they concede. Had a shield up, could have made it happen. Maybe good game, I guess. Well played. Okay, Guzzlord on Dragonite. Dragon on Dragon Violence in this game. We're both on Dragon Tail. The opponent opting to go for the 3-turn damage and energy over the just going for it with the Dragon Breath. Typically, Dragon Breath is preferred, if you're not aware, over the Dragon Tail because they both statistically are the same move. Over 3 turns, they have the same energy and damage stats. However, the thing with Dragon Breath that'll actually, I think, would be nicer to have is that you're more flexible with that 1-turn move. You can decide, however, instead of being forced to stay in for 3 turns, you could maybe throw 2 moves and try to catch that Brutal Swing on something in the back. Armarouge is going to come in now after the opponent looking to get the farm down. They're not going to be able to get to a move here. And now Excadrill. Hello, Excadrill. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, we have fire types for you. However, the ground type Mud Slap is going to be doing a ton of damage. The opponent has no shields, though! And a Venusaur in the back. Okay, good. That was it. Yep, fire, just double fire is taking that one every time. That was a nice 5-0 to start that video off with. Let's get into another one. Guzzlord on the lead here versus It's on Charm as well. We have to bring in the fire types to deal with the water type just because it has Charm. Primarina is going to be looking to do a lot of damage with a Hydro Cannon, though. They're probably looking to stay in, but these Incinerates are adding up, and the opponent going to be going for the Hydro Cannon right when they get there, pretty much. Never mind that Sparkling Aria. The opponent maybe doesn't have a Hydro Cannon. Maybe they didn't want to spend the TM. Maybe that's a just regular non-legacy Primarina. Sparkling Aria is a fine move. Thunder Punch, however, not going to be able to knock out this Armarouge. This thing's got a little bit of bulk to it, and Psyshock going to get the first shield off the opponent here. Psyshock is going to be reached again here, and if the opponent shields this, then they're going to be having a bad time against Shadow Ball in the back. They don't want to find out how much damage it does, but unfortunately, the Guzzlord walls all the energy that this Typhlosion has worked so hard to achieve. Another Blast Burn is going to be hit, and it's not going to do a lot. Not going to do a lot here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get to that Dragon Claw in time. Settling for a Brutal Swing, looking to apply some damage here, and maybe we catch. No, the opponent going to make a catch on the Primarina now. I forgot it was there, dude. Get this thing out of here. Oh no. Oh, the opponent's got a Yveltal. Oh, the opponent's got a Yveltal. There's no way we win this game. No, there's not. Wait, really? There's no way we win this game. No. If this trainer wins this, I am applauding them immediately on the spot, dude. What is this? No. There's no way. No, the Guzzlord loses CMP to the Typhlosion, which has a move, surely, doesn't it? The opponent's throwing the Dark Pulse. They're going to get farmed down here. Guzzlord looking to try and take this game. Does it need to go for the Brutal Swing? No, they do have the move. The Typhlosion gets it. Does the Thunder Punch do enough? Oh my god, the Guzzlord held out! Yeah! Let's go, Guzzlord, dude! Good game. Oh my goodness, bro. Good game. There's no way, dude. Oh my goodness. Guzzlord looking at a Giratina in the next game. Finally a break. And we're looking to get in some Brutal Swing damage here if we can. The opponent is on that Shadow Claw being resisted here in this matchup with Guzzlord. Brutal Swing is going to do a sizable amount of damage. It's about half with the Dragon Tails. So Guzzlord looking to let this move go. Could be the Dragon Claw. That would do a lot of damage. That is a very hard-hitting move now. Opponent going to have a Venusaur. And Armarouge immediately swaps in to greet it, fully resisting the Venusaur's entire move set here. Be able to not take the Frenzy Plant, Sludge damage. It's all good, man. man. Armarouge is sitting very pretty in this matchup. Gonna go for a couple of Incinerates. Doesn't want to shield again in the matchup. The opponent, however, gonna look to put a shield down, and they throw right away, and that opens up Armarouge for a full Incinerate to go through. And now the Armarouge is gonna be able to stay with shield parity, but so much energy. The opponent bringing in a Swampert. That's 2 Psyshocks this thing's gonna have to take before Guzzlord just tries to come in and finish the job. The opponent gonna have to take one. Are they gonna take the other? They have a choice to make. This is like the choice of the game. They decide that whatever they had in the back with a shield can win this game, but Armarouge is going to be going for it because it knows we can take this one. Going to be going into the Guzzlord here. The opponent brings back in that Giratina. The opponent didn't think they needed a shield for the Giratina. Unfortunately, they are now going to be at the mercy of the Guzzlord. Now the shields are down. Can we get to the Brutal Swing? No, the opponent's going to be able to get to the move. Now it's all up to Ceruledge. Ancient Power's reached, and it's not enough, and the Brutal Swing is going to be reached here to take out the opponent's Giratina. And now in comes the Swampert to meet its fate. Unfortunately, not going to be able to win that one. Game over, unfortunately, for the opponent. Good game. Well played. Next game, we got Guzzlord on the lead after a bit of a sloppy commentary game by me. Let's see if we can come back from it. Steelix on the lead in the next game. Of course it has Dragon Tail, but we're going to have the Armarouge safe swap in here. The opponent could be going for a crunch here. Armarouge has a choice to make. It does have a weakness to Dark. The opponent goes for the guaranteed debuff on that Breaking Swipe. I genuinely cannot believe that Breaking Swipe really is the best other move for Steelix with how expensive it's gotten. However, that is 2 Psyshocks to be reached. The opponent does not anticipate this pacing to be as good as it is, and they're going to let another Psyshock get reached. Or maybe they just, I mean, I thought they had gotten to at least a couple Dragon... Actually, wait a minute now. See, this is the point where I start to doubt myself, and I have to check the footage. Okay, yes, they had at least 2 or 3 Shadow Claws. They had 3. They had 3 because they swapped right away. Right, so now that I've got my facts straight, 3, they could go for the move right here and cut the Armarouge, but they did not expect the pacing of the Psyshock, so I was correct. I was there. I had it. Now the opponent could go for this farm down, but they're not going to reach it. The Armarouge living on 1 HP, surviving these Shadow Claws to get this Psyshock and the final shield, and the opponent now has to throw their energy into this Guzzlord, and even a Ice Beam, which would do super effective damage here, will not be enough to knock out. The opponent going to have to go for a Hydro Cannon as well, and now Ceruledge is going to take the field after... Wait. No, the Guzzlord doesn't live it this time. Opponent going to be going for the farm here. This is going to be them saving a move now on the Gator, and now it's going to... You just have to keep a shield for Ceruledge now at all times, just in case of that Hydro Cannon to be feared in the back. Now the opponent has Cresselia. Wait a minute! We just buffed our offense! Going for the Shadow Ball. Ceruledge looking to clip the cheeks of the Cresselia. Bring it on, man! Boom! Wasn't enough. That's okay, though. We're going for this move. We're going to go for the flip. Oh, no! Wait, did we lose? No, don't tell me we lose it. No. Oh, I thought Ceruledge had it. No, we should have... No, unfortunately not. That's shields that were saved for next game that didn't help us in this one. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Good game. Well played to the opponent. Next game, we have Guzzlord on the lead versus a Walrein. Little bit of a blast from the past. Haven't seen this guy in a while. The opponent looks to be on Powder Snow, and they're going to be going for an Earthquake potentially, but no. Armarouge with that quick pacing to the Psyshock is going to answer very swiftly with this damage. And the opponent, if they don't have an Earthquake here, we should not... I don't know. Is that enough? That was enough for an Earthquake. Okay, I can't count in this game, but I could count in the last one. Armarouge is going to be going for another quick little Psyshock here. Does threaten the shield if the opponent decides they want to keep the Walrein around, but they do not. The opponent has a choice to make in the back. They've got something that's good against this. Surely they do. They have a Giratina, and now Giratina is going to be able to farm a lot of energy because of the fact that, I mean, like, you're not really worried about this Fire-type damage. I mean, Psyshocks are doing some chunks. The opponent does decide, however, they're going to throw energy, and that might be average player saving grace here. They're going to go for the Shadow Sneak, and now the opponent's going to have to fear the Guzzlord coming in. The opponent immediately swaps to a Clefable, and guess what? We have a Ceruledge that fully walls this entire Clefable's moveset. They have Swift, they have Moonblast, they have Meteor Mash, and all of it does not very effective damage. It's all resisted, and Flame Charge is going to pull a shield from this Clefable. There is no need to shield here. However, the Moonblast would do a lot of damage, and the opponent also is on Charm, I've noticed. But now we're going to see Armarouge looking to go for another Flame charge here, trying to survive the resisted charm damage, but it's getting close. The opponent looking to be pretty low themselves. Can we get to the move? Yes, yes, oh yes, Ceruledge able to make one final move before being charmed down. The opponent has to shield, and now the Guzzlord comes in, has to shield this charge move as it could be lethal Moonblast. The opponent has a Dazzling Gleam instead, and then we're going to bring in the Giratina. Giratina is going to be able to survive this brutal swing with a little bit of HP to spare, but Guzzlord really needs to save one for the Clefable. The opponent has a move. Do they have Dragon Claw? If they have Dragon Claw, it could be over. They have Dragon Claw. It's not enough, though. The Shadow Claw's going to be able... No, we're getting to the back-to-back. That's okay. That's all we need. As long as we live that, the Shadow Claws are not going to do enough damage to the resisted typing of this Guzzlord, and Clefable is going to get knocked out shortly by this brutal swing, and we're going to take the game. Well played. That was a very nice game. Alrighty, rolling into the next. No, we're not rolling into anything else. That was it. They're over. That was it. Oh, come on, dude. I was having fun. Dude, Ceruledge looks like a lot of fun. Really interesting Mega Man here. I love these two Pokemon, like, conceptually, just because I'm a huge fan of Mega Man. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of Mega Man, which favorite game was. I was a massive nerd on the Battle Network games. I'm not going to lie, dude. I used to play those all the time. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you, as always, for watching. Bye.